Dinking Around with Eddie and Webby. Dinking Around with Eddie and Webby tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Throughout history, there are some things that need to be respected and recognized. Tom Brady, his greatness over 20 years in the NFL. LeBron James, his longevity. Daniel Day-Lewis, his acting skills. And last but not least, 100 episodes for Webby and Eddie. An incredible accomplishment, an incredible feat. Their podcast has stood the test of time over many, many years. 100 episodes, one of the best and first pickleball podcasts to ever grace the earth. Congratulations, 100 episodes. Tropickle, come in.
Yeah, it's going to be a super fun episode. We're doing it live. I'm going to be at Wolverine Pickleball for it, and we're giving away some Volair. Wait, what? You mean we're already live? Gotta go. Bye. And this is Webby, not Eddie.
And I'm Eddie, and this is our
day, but here we believe it.
I can't believe it, but I agree. Here we are. This is crazy. We haven't been live since last summer. But you know what? We used to do our episodes live all the time. So it's just like riding a bike, man, right?
It really is. I'm not going to lie. I was quite nervous before this episode because it's been so long, and the fact that we're on location here added an extra element of stress, but it's all good. It's totally fun. I don't know if you can tell, but there is a tap wall of beer behind me. I absolutely love this place. We are at Wolverine Pickleball in Ann Arbor, Michigan. One of my absolute favorite places to play. It's so cool.
Yeah, I love it there too. I've only been there once or twice before, but I can't wait to go back there again this summer because I had an absolute blast there. But guys, before we get started, we want to give a huge, huge thank you to our friends over at Volair Pickleball. Let me tell you something. Volair Pickleball paddles are some of the best in the game. There's a paddle that will suit every one of your playing styles out there. Webby and I have been playing with them long before we've even partnered with them. Webby, what have you been playing with lately?
Oh man, lately I have been playing with the Mach 2 Forza. I've been playing with the Control 2 Forza and the V1F wide body. Those three paddles, like fighting between the three because I cannot choose which one is my favorite. For singles, I really like the VF body. It's one of their hybrid paddles. But the Control 2 Forza, I feel like is what I mostly play with when I play doubles, but you can't go wrong with any of them.
Yeah, you definitely can't. Guys, go to Volair.com. Use coupon code PB for life. You're going to get 10% off your order, and you're going to get what else, Webby?
Well, you're going to get a great in addition to that 10% off your order, and you're going to show us support in the process. I think that's what you were looking for me to say. You're going to show us some support in the process. But yeah, this is what happens when you go live. Things don't always go as planned. But we also want to give a really huge thank you to Volair because they agreed to give away 3 paddles throughout the episode today. One of them we're going to give away to somebody that's tuning in live. So somebody that's watching live right now, make sure you pay attention because we will offer a chance for somebody that is watching live to get a paddle. And for anybody not watching it live, you messed up. You could have won an easy paddle just by tuning in live and participating. But there are 2 additional ways to win paddles that we will talk about a little bit later in the show.
That's right. Webby, the one that we're going to be giving away, though, during the show, do you want to share the rules on how you can win a Volair paddle?
It's going to be a fun one. Anybody who's a fan of our show, you know that every once in a while, Catherine Paranto, she likes to pop in and confirm what we are saying by saying something like this.
Oh, really?
So if the next time you see Catherine do something like that, all you got to do is in the comments section on YouTube say, yes, really, Catherine. The first person that does that, the next time Catherine pops up, you will be the winner of a Volair paddle, and you get to choose whichever paddle you want. There are a few stipulations, but we will iron those out with the winner once we talk to them.
That's right, guys. This is going to be an exciting show. We're going to have some special guests joining us. We're going to have some our usual segments, memes of the week, topics. It's going to be awesome. You're going to want to stick around. But before all of that, Webby, I just got to know. What in the world is in that drink? What you got in that drink? And Webby, it does sound like we actually do have a guest that is going to be joining us if you want to introduce them.
We do. This is a very special guest. She is actually one of the reasons why this facility exists. please welcome to the show our good friend, Christy Howden. How's it going, Christy?
Hi, great. Glad to see you back here.
Yeah, I always love coming here. And this is a perfect segment for this place. It's the What's in That Drink segment. And for anybody paying attention, there is a wall of taps behind me full of different alcoholic drinks. It's mostly beer, but it's not just beer. In fact, let's start with you, Christy. What are you drinking today?
Today I'm having a lavender lemonade. Has a little vodka in it. It's yummy. We have 6 cocktails on the line, so it's always changing. It's my
Nice.
favorite part of the tap wall.
Very nice. One little thing, let me have you bring the microphone a little closer to the edge of the table. The live TV, just gotta roll with it. But, yeah, that sounds delicious, and I love the fact that the tap wall has got something for pretty much everybody, because if there's a lot of people that don't like beer, but they have a lot of non-beer options, which I absolutely love.
Yeah, lots of wine, cocktails, hard kombucha, hard cider, seltzer. Yeah, we mix it up all the time with the 15 beers too.
Very nice. And I visited the tap wall right before the show started, and I am very excited about this drink. It's a very special drink because, Eddie, I don't know if you remember what I drank during episode 1 of Dinking Around with Eddie and Webby, but they have it here, and that is what I poured, and that is one of my favorites. This is M43 New England IPA. I love the fact that they have this on tap. I mean, it's absolutely perfect. It was not planned. I actually didn't remember what I drank until I tuned into our first episode earlier before I came here. And I was like, I wonder what beer I drank that night. And I saw that it was M43. So I was like, please let them have M43. Please let them have M43. And they do.
Cheers.
Cheers. What are you going to be drinking, Eddie?
Such a good beer. Webby, it's crazy that you actually chose a hazy IPA because I did the same. And this is the Mosaic Grouper from our friends over at Fort Myers Brewing Company. Mosaic is a very cool hop. I've had it a couple times back when I used to homebrew because it has this natural kind of melony flavor and aroma to it. So when you combine it with a hazy IPA, man, it is absolutely delicious. And I'm excited to drink it. Cheers to both of you in Michigan. Well, I'm down here in sunny Florida.
Cheers. Wish you could be here with us, but it's still going to be a very fun night. Cheers, everybody tuning in.
So while you guys are drinking, Christy, why don't you just start off by sharing what's new in your world?
Wow, Wolverine Pickleball's doing great. It's summertime now, so we've got beach volleyball, beach tennis going on, bocce, cornhole, fire pits are going out night. So a lot of fun times outside, along with our 12 indoor pickleball courts, which are jammed and having lots of fun, lots of events, birthday parties, graduation parties, and reunions and stuff. So that's been great. Working on opening a new place. That'll be in Northville, Michigan. So about 40 minutes from here, and that'll be opening in about 90 days. So really excited about that. So that'll be 16 indoor courts and a little bistro and stuff. So we're excited about that.
Man, that sounds so cool. This place is awesome, but the new place sounds like that's going to be incredibly awesome as well.
Of course. Yeah, we're bringing our great community spirit here that we have at Wolverine Pickleball to Metro Detroit.
Taking over the Southeast Michigan area. I love it. So, I mean, let's roll back 6 years. I don't even remember when it was when we initially talked to you guys about opening a facility. Fast forward to now. What were your expectations then? And did you do it? Did you blow your expectations away? Is this what you thought it was going to look like? I mean, just tell us everything.
Oh, it's been a wild ride. I think we first all met maybe late 2017, 2018. That's when we started Wolverine Pickleball, and no one knew what pickleball was. We were just kind of like those crazy people that were obsessed with it. And we, grew it grassroots from it, had to teach people what it was, and, moved into our gritty fight club of pickleball in a warehouse for a couple of years. And that was a fun thing during COVID and saved a lot of people, giving them social outlet, and, built this in the background of it. And this way exceeds our expectations. I don't think we ever dreamed it to be this amazing of a community, with, changing people's lives in ways that we never expected. The testimonials are unbelievable of, how we've affected their life with having more friends than they ever dreamed of, or, weight loss, and, dealing with loss in their families, widowers and things, or transition in life. It's been amazing. And we feel like we've really become a community gem here in Ann Arbor. So it's been a fun ride, and I love that we're doing it. It's just fun to bring joy to a lot of So it's been great.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I love the fact that I've been able to witness most of your journey this whole time, because one of the first tournaments I ever played in, I ever won a gold medal, the tournament at Saline High School. And was that, if not the first tournaments you did?
It was probably one of the biggest first tournaments. We did some like in some little middle schools before that, but that was probably our first one, maybe 150 people or something like that. Gym floors, who's going to do that anymore?
Right.
But that was like, we're such a niche little world. No one knew what it was, but it was fun. We had people, from Canada for it and a couple other states, and, gave us some momentum to keep going forward.
Yeah. And I just know, like, the first couple years I played, the tournaments you guys put on were by far my favorite. And I always loved participating in any of the tournaments that I saw that you guys were going to do. A lot of fun times. You guys even did some very unique ones. You guys had the Dink Battle tournaments back in the day.
Yeah.
That was super fun. And if you guys haven't seen that, check out the video. We did. I did a tournament video from the Dink Battle. It was very fun, very unique. And like you said before, the community, that's so huge. You guys built a great community. Then you built the warehouse, and you had a bunch of people that were just like a family, real close friends, all together already. So you were able to fill that place up. You guys had to double the size of that because you couldn't keep up. And then even then, you guys still couldn't keep up with the demand. So, and I love the fact that this place exists. It's beautiful. It's always full. I love it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we've done a lot of dynamic things. I think we've always kept the player first mentality of things for our tournaments to be extra special. And I think we still continue it here, that it's all meant for pickleball players. I mean, I think people come into our place, and we had a guy the other day, came in, he's like, am I in heaven? Like, I've never seen a place like this. So,
yeah.
That's the ultimate compliment to what we've built.
Oh yeah. And I've invited numerous people here. I invited a group from work to come here one time, and when we came here, they were all just blown away. They didn't know something like this even existed in the world. So they just couldn't get over it. They had a great time. And some of them, they've been here numerous times without me since then. So that was pretty cool to see. And then you guys go beyond pickleball. I mean, we got the beer tap wall, but also, like you said, the beach volleyball outside. There's bocce ball courts. In fact, I've had a few big parties here. My daughter, for her 13th birthday party, that was actually at the warehouse. But then recently, her high school graduation party we had here, and it was awesome. Everybody raved about it. It was one of the coolest graduation parties I've ever been a part of, not to toot my own horn, but but thanks to you guys for having this awesome facility. So it's just, you could really live here. They have showers. They have bathrooms. They don't have a kitchen here, but you can get food. There's a whole bunch of really good restaurants nearby that could bring food here to you. So there's really no reason to leave.
Yeah, they say the restaurant's coming. We'll have one later this summer. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we're excited about it.
Very cool.
Tell us about this restaurant a little bit, because obviously it seems like you've taken the theme of pickleball, the core to what you do is pickleball, but you're also treating it like a destination that you can go to, you can bring friends, you can bring people of all ages, you can bring people that just want to go out on the pickleball court and hit and have no idea what they're doing, play. Tell us about how that all kind of came to fruition here, and why that was so important for you guys to do that.
Yeah, we've always felt like we're the pickleball club for everyone, and trying to be that community gem to welcome everybody to have, no matter what their skill level is, that they can have competitive quality games, and all abilities. I mean, we've had quite a bit of adaptive play out here, which is really fantastic. Just, being super inclusive. But the restaurant's coming. We've kind of grown with that. We've had some food trucks, but we're going to have actually Miss Kim, who is an amazing chef. She's a James Beard award-winning chef. She's part of the Zingerman's family, which is known nationally, but is a real community hub within Ann Arbor, and kind of put Ann Arbor on the map for food. And we're building out a kitchen, and she's going to be our restaurateur later this summer. She's doing some pop-ups, and we're really pumped up about that. And so is the community to enjoy meals here. And I think it'll bring in even more people into the pickleball verse here, and enjoy all of our other activities, because we kind of bill ourselves as the adult playground. We always have something unique and unusual going on. I mean, I think in the next couple months we have like goat yoga is something new we're adding. We do the puzzle competitions, which is like totally a niche crazy thing, and trivia night and stuff besides all the physical activities.
Nice. The goat yoga, that's an interesting one. I actually did goat yoga with my wife right before doing a Wolverine tournament before. So it's an interesting little tie-in there for me.
Yeah. It's fun.
That's cool. All right, so you're a very positive person, Christy, and that's one of the things that we admire about you. But I'm sure that getting to this point was not all sunshine and rainbows. What do you think the biggest hurdle or failure or mistake or anything that kind of came up throughout this experience that you can share with us?
Oh gosh. Yeah, crazy road. I mean, we were paving the new way for pickleball. I mean, we're one of the most tenured in the country for running a pickleball center facility. So that definitely had its challenges, especially when we went to build this facility. The banks, like we were super challenged there because they were all like, where's the comp? Who else has done this before? And we're like, we're doing it. There's no one else. I mean, we went through 10 different banks before we found a bank that would be willing to do a loan for us with what we did. And then, raising the money was super challenging as well, because it's the same kind of thing. They're like, how do we know it's going to work? And we're like, you gotta see what we're doing. And so we actually ended up raising the money all within our community. And even more amazing that I found out is that 80% of our investors were women, which is kind of extraordinary in raising private money. But they all saw what we were doing, and they're all part of our community, and they're part of our community today. They wanted to have some fun with their money and build something that they could see and add to the community. But during those times, it was incredibly challenging. My husband will attest, it's probably the most stressed I've ever been, lack of sleep, getting it done. We were under some time crunch. That it had to happen because we had put ourselves on the line financially, booking steel, buying land and all that, and it was all coming due. But, that's probably the biggest challenge we ever had with it. Otherwise, we've been very diligent with our research and knowing our community to find out what works for them. We always are experimenting. I think people always find it's changing here. There's something new. We're still evolving. Cutting edge with what our programming is here and what we offer our community, because we always want to make it interesting, because anyone who's come to pickleball, one who is someone with curiosity and a lifelong learner, because no one grew up playing pickleball. I mean, our generation that did, but anyone older had the opportunity to, and so interested in new things. So I think we always are trying to offer them something new so that they can expand their horizons.
That's awesome. I absolutely love it. And like I've said, I've done numerous tournaments here, numerous life events here. It's just such a great place. If you guys are in the area, even if you're not in the area, you got to check it out. But yeah, you guys were ahead of the wave. You committed and invested way before a big majority of the people did. And there's a lot of places that are trying to compete right now, but I still think you guys are one of, if not the best around. So
thank you.
You guys did it all right. You did it all right. And I'm excited for the new Northville location too. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. We're busting at the seams here, so it'll be good to spread our wings a little bit and share the experience. And I think that community spirit that we have here will flow over because we have a lot of clientele that's from that area as well. Yeah,
I actually have a big history in the Northville area too. I used to play at the Northville Community Center, or maybe it was the Senior Center, whatever it was called. Mm-hmm. This kind of dark, not the greatest gym court surface, but it was a lot of great players that played there. So I spent a lot of time playing there, and I became a better player because of the community that I played with there. But it'll be nice to have a really nice dedicated indoor facility finally. Yeah, it's kind of amazing what we suffered through in the beginning ages of pickleball, those gym floors and tough lights and marshmallow balls and stuff. And I've said it during the show numerous times. I used to call people pickleball snobs if they looked down upon playing on gym floor surfaces. But now that we have places like this, and there's so many good dedicated indoor pickleball facilities, like I avoid gym court the plague these days. So I get it. I'm sorry to ball snobs in the past. Or back then there weren't many options though.
You're
so
one of them now, Webby. You're one of them.
You were snobs back then. You were snobs back then. More understandable. There's options now. There wasn't options back then.
Well, when you know better, you want better, and that's what it is. Yeah.
Sure.
Christy, before we let you go, I have one more question. Was there ever a time in this whole process where you sat down, maybe it was by yourself, maybe it was by with family or with Leslie, and you're like, why are we doing this? Is this gonna work? Like, this is crazy.
I think we did think we're crazy, but we did it so much like baby steps at a time. So we just would kind of like, okay, we can do this and we'll get far. I mean, we laugh at like one of the and we had 12 people there and we're like high five and like, oh, I pulled that off. And it was just like kind of crazy that, but that was a milestone. And then we grew it and we have 20 students or 150 at a tournament. And just, we grew it incrementally that I think we could always see what we're getting to. But yeah, building this building was a little nuts. Like we learned a lot about a lot of stuff, but we were always asking questions and it was like, any challenge that came in front of us, it's like, okay, we'll solve it. We're going to figure it out. We had so much grit and perseverance. Like we were going to get it solved. So yeah, there's some moments of doubt, especially in the fundraising time, but it's been all worth it and we love it. And, I don't play pickleball as much as I used to. And I actually just got on the courts probably in the last couple of weeks and it had probably been maybe 6 months since I'd really played. And I was like, oh yeah, I love this. And this is why I do it. So I still have the fire in it for it.
I love it. That's so great, Christy. Well, thank you so much for all that you do for pickleball. Thanks for letting us host this event at your facility. Any final words before we move on to the next segment here?
I'd just say, keep playing pickleball. I think it helps people flourish. It's like one of the best things that we have going. And I think everyone needs a little more pickleball in their life, especially with the way the world is right now.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Well said,
right,
Christy.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Christy. And then if you guys check out Wolverine Pickleball, incredible facility. Is the best place to go to wolverinepickleball.com.
Yep. Visitors are welcome from all over the country. We have visitors all over the world that have come in here and we've always got room for them. So yes, definitely come check us out.
Love it. Thank you so much,
If
Christy.
you want to tell our next surprise guest to get ready and take the hot seat, that would be great.
I'll do that. All right.
Nice.
Thanks, Christy. Oh, man. Isn't she the best?
She really is. Yeah, both Leslie and Christy, the owners of Wolverine Pickleball, two of the best people I know in the sport. They've both become really good friends of mine, and it's just so cool.
Yeah. I love it, man. Such great people. I'm super excited. We're going to be bringing another guest on here in just a minute. But before we do, Webby, there are like all these people that are submitting us all of these incredible videos congratulating us on our 100th episode. They keep pouring in. So why don't we go ahead and play the first one here? Obviously, we saw the one from our friend Tropickle, and this is from our buddy, Evan Slaughter.
What is up, guys? Congratulations on your 100th episode of the podcast. I was honored to be a guest on it. Hope I get to come back sometime soon. I just wanted to say, though, I think that this is the only pickleball-related podcast where I could actually beat the host of the podcast in pickleball. Most of the pickleball podcasts I go on, I'll admit, the hosts are usually pretty significantly better than me in pickleball. But with this one, I just feel like, I could probably beat you guys in pickleball. So, keep it up, though. That makes me feel better. It made me feel a little bit more comfortable, like I was talking to someone I could relate to a little bit better since I could probably beat you guys. But, keep grinding, keep going, and let's get to that 200th episode.
I don't know how to feel about that one, Webby. Is it a compliment? Is it, well, it's true, though. I think it is pretty true.
Yeah, I think there was a compliment in there, but I don't know, Evan, next time we're together, which we've never been together in person yet, but if we're ever together in person, I definitely challenge you either to a doubles match, find your favorite partner against Eddie and I, or if you want to do singles against me for Webby versus everybody. I think we need to prove your theory on if you can beat us or not, because I'm not so sure.
All we can do is put a challenge out there and see what he says. But no, thank you again, Evan. Go ahead and check him out at Fit2Serve1. Webby, we do have another video here as well, though, that just came in. I'm super excited about this because, well, let's just say they're one of our favorite meme creators, and that is our secret friend over at Memes of Pickleball.
Well, Eddie and Webby, congrats on notching your 100th episode, which is even more of an accomplishment once you realize that you two started the pod prior to basically dedicating your entire show to talking about the content I put out the week prior. But in all honesty, you guys have been a part of the pickleball community for what feels like an eternity now, which makes it shocking that the level is still where it is on the courts for you two. But a ton of credit goes out to some of the OG media/content creators in the pickleball space, and cheers to 100 more episodes. Maybe after episode 100, I'll finally hit that button. Congrats!
This hurts. It kind of hurts a little bit. It stings.
That is cool, though. Both Evan Slaughter and Memes of Pickleball, two Instagram accounts that I am a huge fan of. So it definitely means a lot that they sent messages. A little bit of backhanded compliments, but that's all good. It's understandable.
It absolutely is all
and
good.
He's not wrong. Memes of Pickleball is not wrong. We do feature his content quite a bit during our Memes of the Week segment, which is a segment that I love that we added to the show.
Well, speaking of that, Webby, I think it's time.
Now it's time for Memes of the Week. Yeah!
That's right. It is Memes of the Week, the hottest segment in all of pickleball podcasting. But Webby and I are not going to be alone for this segment. Webby, would you like to introduce our next guest who's going to be joining us for Memes of the Week?
Yes, well, like I said before, we were at Wolverine Pickleball in Ann Arbor before Christy joined us. So I feel like we can't come to Wolverine without the other co-owner of Wolverine Pickleball joining us. So please welcome to the show, Leslie White. How's it going, Leslie?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for having us here at your amazing facility.
Thanks for coming.
One of my absolute favorite places. I can't say that enough. I'm sure I've already said it like 5 times. I'm probably going to say it 20 more times before the end of the episode. But I love the fact that we were able to do our 100th episode here at one of my all-time favorite places in the world. So thank you for joining us for one of my favorite segments, too. This is an awesome segment. It's one of my favorite things we ever added to our podcast. What do you think, Eddie? Do you agree with that?
100% agree. I love it. I think one of the things I think I love most about pickleball is how there has been a younger influence over the years. Memes have started to come in, and we've seen that. And I think it's been such a blessing for the pickleball community. And Leslie, you actually have a meme that we are going to review today. Is that right?
Oh, no. Wait, the one that I picked?
Yes.
Or one I was in?
The one you picked.
The one I picked.
Yeah. Wait, are you in some embarrassing memes?
Yeah, we need
Eddie,
to know about
do
this.
a search. Do a quick search for funny
no.
videos featuring Leslie, and let's see what we can find here. Live TV, I love it.
Yeah, I'm in a few.
Well, that's great. Well, this is the one that you picked, and I'm going to go ahead and play it now.
I mean, Duper's whatever. Like, it's not that big a deal. I am not defined by a number. But if I was defined by a number, my number would be way higher than what they gave me. Again, it doesn't really matter. I mean, God forbid I play in 1-4-0 tournament right when I start out and I can't get my Duper above a 3-6. So I go play in a tournament and I beat a team way better than me and my Duper goes up 0.003. And then I lose to a team that's the same as me and I go down 0.17. Make it make sense. Duper doesn't see me grind. They don't see the work I put in, day out. People have been saying that I care, but I don't. It has no meaning. I mean, this guy over there is dumping every dink in the middle of the net, and I just went and checked Duper. He's a 5'8". Makes me sick. And it really doesn't matter, because it is just a number. But I cannot believe that he's a 5'8".
Duper.
Oh, that's a good one. I feel like that's so accurate, too, because so many people say, like, oh, I don't care about Duper, but then they go on to say, like, just like what he does, they go on. Obviously, you'd kind of care a little bit there, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Everybody says, I don't really care that much, but then they're like, but my Duper took a plunge the last minute. So, yeah.
It's like, which one? Do you? Yeah.
Right.
I know. Exactly.
But I mean, I can partially agree. Like sometimes it is confusing to know when it's going to go up and when it's going to go down. But to be honest, like a lot of times I do feel like Duper is pretty accurate. Like
it's pretty close.
Yeah. Like it's not perfect by any means, but
it's not. I mean, you definitely, if you play a lot of lower, I mean, I've seen people play in like 3-5 tournaments and win a lot. And then they get like a 4-7 Duper. But if you play once you start playing up, then if you get that higher duper and you start playing up, it starts leveling out.
Yeah.
So it does a pretty good. I mean, it's what we tend to go by because it's all we have.
Yeah.
There aren't a whole lot of other options, but you know, it can be difficult because you'll get like newer players playing in their co-ed games and 2 women playing against 2 men. Theoretically, if you're a 3-0, you should be a 3-0 no matter what gender you are. But for sure, it does make a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 against 2 men it's going to be a harder match for them. For
yeah.
sure.
One thing I'm curious to see what you think about this. We've had Steve Paranto on the board. He's a Hall of Famer, been involved in the game since like the early 70s. He has an idea that I think would be great, and he thinks that there should be basically a skinny singles rating that determines your actual pickleball. Because he feels like skinny singles is more like doubles than actual singles.
Yes, for
and
sure.
The biggest flaw in duper is really it's a lot of it depends on is because I could team up with Ben Johns. We're probably going to beat some really high level players if I just let Ben cover the whole court.
Right.
And that could give me a really high rate that I don't deserve.
Right.
On the flip side, I could play with like a really new player or just somebody that's not good or that can't handle tournaments very well.
Yeah.
And if they choke really bad, then the opponents are going to recognize that. They're going to target them the whole time. I'm not going to be even playing much in that game.
Yeah.
And then if we lose 11-1, 11-2, my duper is going to go down, and I didn't even play that game. So that's a big flaw with duper is that it doesn't take into account how bad your partner plays.
The strange thing about duper is that a lot of times when you're playing with your partner, the higher rated player gets more credit in a win. And what's crazy is the lower one was the one who took all the shots.
Right.
So if they won that game, it's probably because that lower rated player was holding their own. Right.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I'm like, I don't understand why the one who's rated higher goes up double and the one who's lower only went up a little bit.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. I understood that either. But I really like the idea that Steve Paranto has. I've been a lot of singles. That's real. That's not even really playing.
Good.
Yeah,
So I'm a certified rating what's it called? Certified rating specialist through PCI. When we do a test to people when they want to move up a level, they come in and we give them 50 shots, 10 different shots on 10 different balls and 5 different shots. So you get 50 balls, and depending on how many you get gives your rating. And so after it's through PCI, Pickleball Coaching International, but the thing that we added was skinny singles.
Nice.
Because somebody can come out at like 3.25 or 3.3, so they're right on that cusp of like moving up to the 3.25 group. Or if they come out, say 3.4, they're not quite at the 3.5 level. We play skinny singles, and if they're making really good shot selections and their court positioning is really good and they've got a nice drop and soft game and hard game and they have all the tools, we'll actually move them up to 3.5 despite the fact that their score came out 3.4.
Okay.
So we do the skinny singles thing. We've implemented that in our rating system.
I like that.
Yeah,
I think it's a really good approach.
It tells a lot. And I've had people score high in the skill assessment and then get on the court and they hit the return and they stay back on the baseline. And I'm like, I can't put you at that higher level because you're playing on the baseline.
Right.
And that higher level group they're gonna freak out on you.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I like that. And that's something that I've always appreciated about you guys is that you aren't afraid to tell people, like, you know what, you're not quite ready for the next level up. There's some people out there, I feel like they can't take criticism. But to me, I mean, when it comes to sporting events and stuff like this, to provide the best experience, you want to play with and against people of similar skill levels.
Right.
And that's huge. And I really have always appreciated and liked the fact that you guys have been really good about that. And you're not afraid to tell people, like you're close, but you're not there yet and stuff like that. And
we try to be
good.
really gentle with them. I mean, we always tell them you're so close and, you're going to get there. But people have this false belief that, like, they always say, how am I going to get better if I don't play better people? And I always have to tell them it's not really playing better people. Playing better people exposes what you need to work on. But to get better, it's lessons and drilling and playing with people that you are equal to, or even playing a level below, because then you'll try those shots because the ball's moving slower. So you actually have the confidence to try those new shots that you don't know and that you were told you need to add to your game. So, sometimes people have a rough time taking it. They go home and lick their wounds a little.
Yeah.
But then they come back and they appreciate the fact that we're pretty strict.
Yeah. I've always appreciated that. And I love that fact, because I've been places that aren't as strict and it's not as good of an experience. Yeah. It's not as good of an experience playing there because you never know what you're going to get.
Right. Yeah. If you just leave it to everybody, our 4-0 group starts at 3:00 or whatever, you get everybody saying, I'm a 4-0. I can hang. I can hang. Oh my gosh. Right. I can hang. If I have to hear that one more time, I'm like,
yeah.
So
I feel like that's me in the 4-0 tournaments I've done for like the last 3 years. I can hang, but that hanging doesn't get you on the medal stand. I haven't been on the medal stand once in the last 3 years when it comes to 4-0 tournaments. So hanging isn't good enough.
I know. And what's kind of funny too is, like, you think you're hanging, but I don't know if everybody else thinks you're hanging. Like, like we had Rob Nunnery out here, and he's such a great guy. You were here for that, right? So Rob is so much fun. So I always tell all the pros who come in and play here, I'm like, you can run a camp, whatever, just play with me. Like, it's one of my rules. Like, if you come in here, we have to play together, because I want to play with every pro that comes through. So they're always like, okay, So I'm playing with Rob. We did the challenge court. We had a mixer that night, and we ran the court. And I'm like, Rob, you and I are on the challenge court together. And he's like, all right, sounds fun. So we're playing, and I'm starting all these like crazy messes, and he's cleaning everything up, and then he's setting me up for the put away, and I'm like, and I walk away. I go, I think I need to go pro. I mean, that's how good he made me feel. Right. I was like, he cleaned up everything I started. He was setting everything up. He let me do all the putaways. It was awesome. I was like, he makes anybody feel like they're pro.
Yeah.
So that's how people kind of get that delusion of like thinking that they're better. If a group of higher level players says, come on, you can play a game with us, we'll give you one more. And they're like, oh, I did great. I was hanging. I did awesome. It was kind of probably because they cleaned up a lot of things you started and set you up for the put away like that.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's fun. I mean, I love it when pros come out. Connor Garnett came out and he was super nice. And did his 2 week, and he didn't hold back. He had a tournament that weekend, so he wasn't going to play nice. He was going all out. I'm like, wow. So it's fun.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Well, speaking of pros being here, some of my favorite victories have happened here because you've had, well, one of them back at the warehouse, you guys had Leah Jansen doing a clinic in Sydney Sunday.
Yep.
And to this date, that is the #1 most viewed video that I have ever recorded. The clinic that Leah did.
Yep.
It's there was a video that we used to have there's a video on our channel. I did a review of this video game device. And for the longest time, that was by far the most viewed video we ever did. And it got to the point where I was like, I don't think we're ever going to have a pickleball video get as many views as this weird little video game adapter review that I did. But Leia's blew it out of the water. I think her video doubled what we had on the other video. It's been crazy. But another life highlight is when I got to play I played with and against Golden Tate while here.
Oh yeah.
During that
Yeah,
Smirnoff
yeah.
event that happened
gosh,
here.
it
That was so
fun.
much fun.
I
He's
know.
such a good guy, and man, he is very competitive.
Yes.
He loves pickleball, and I was a huge fan of his when he was on the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
And he ended up winning a Super Bowl. It's man, it's just happened here at Wolverine that are not only pickleball life highlights, and Christy for having this place.
Thanks for coming. It's
But,
always fun.
Eddie, I think you should take over the interview for a moment. My drink is running low, and I need to get a little more M43. You think you could handle that?
I got it. I have a lot of questions for Leslie.
Nice. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
how you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm excited to come up there this summer and see you guys. I've been to your facility twice, and I can't wait to come back. Your new one. I went to your old one a few times
Yeah.
as well.
Yes. Can't wait to have you.
Yeah, well, especially because I know you've added on quite a bit. Christy had mentioned that there's going to be a restaurant opening up here pretty shortly. You want to talk about that?
Yes, that's huge. Yeah.
Yeah. What are we talking?
So
when it comes to food,
we have Miss Kim coming in from Zingerman's,
Nice.
and I mean, you obviously know about Zingerman's, right?
Of course.
Oh gosh, the following is unbelievable. So Miss Kim has her own restaurant in Ann Arbor, and then she's opening Little Kim's, I think it's called, which is a drive up. And then she came into our place, and she wants to take this over too. So she's taken over our kitchen basically. I mean, she's done several pop-ups, and she's doing one this Saturday. Everything I order is just amazing. Her food she's gifted for sure.
It's a fantastic
So that's
restaurant.
gonna
They
be-
make incredible food.
Yes.
It's been a long time since I've had anything from Zingerman's. What is your favorite thing from them?
So, I mean, the ribs are amazing. She makes these potatoes, which she always laughs when I talk about the potatoes because it's like so simple for them. But they make these like fingerling potatoes that have a seasoning on them and a dipping sauce. And they like I said, they chuckle about it because it's so simple, but they're so good.
Yeah.
And their fries, I mean, they do seasoned fries, and everything is good. Tacos. It's going to be huge, and it's going to bring a lot of people to come in and just do pickup or come in and eat and sit and hit the bar. And, it'll be kind of fun to see the growth.
Absolutely. Yeah, and one of the things that we were talking with Christy about earlier too is you guys have done such a great job of making it to where pickleball is the theme of your facility. But even if you're not a pickleball addict, you're not a high level player, you could still have a good time coming to Wolverine Pickleball. I'm assuming that was one of your goals with opening the facility.
Yes. We want to make sure that you could come here and play pickleball and sit and drink and have a drink after and eat with your friends. But for sure, there's we had a bunch of girls a couple weeks ago. There were a whole bunch of young girls in here, and I came up and asked them what was happening, and they said, "Oh, we're doing a bar hop. It's our friend's 21st birthday." So they chose to have Wolverine as one of their stops for their friend's 21st birthday. So it's starting to kind of get on the radar of all the places that you don't, because of course when we first opened, everybody sort of thought that it was only open to the pickleball players, but it's open to everybody. So the outdoor, with the fire pits and the volleyball and the bocce, it's starting to really catch hold. So
If there was one thing that you think makes Wolverine Pickleball special, unique, what would it be?
Our community, for sure. Our community is so strong and amazing. We've had so many people that have told us that this is their friend group, and they didn't know people, they didn't feel a community before they started playing at our place, and now they travel. I mean, every time I go on a Empower retreat with Cassandra, I always have Wolverine players on it. They all want to come, and they just all want to be together all the time. It's I don't know, it's so hard to explain, but it's what makes us unique from everybody else, I think, is our community is so strong.
That's amazing. I mean, obviously, Webby is very close to the community as well. Last question I have for you, and I promise I'll stop drilling you. But what do you think it is about pickleball that makes it to where these communities can pop up, right? What is it about this sport that allows for people of all ages, all backgrounds, whatever you want to name can come together, and then not only do they have a good time playing on the court, but it leads to friendships off court. It's almost like it immediately takes this wall down of people to where you can open up and just build these incredible friendship groups.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, part of it's because you change partners every game. So you're meeting a new person every single time you play, and you're supporting each other, which immediately builds bonds. Anywhere you go, you can find courts, and so you can make friends everywhere. And there's just something, all the adrenaline rushes in playing. Like, I've played so many different sports my whole life, and this sport is unlike any other, where you have adrenaline rush like every 20 seconds, it seems like. And so there's that feel-good feeling, so that feel-good feeling that carries over to everybody else, and you just feel close to everybody that you play with. So I think it's just easy to make friends in this sport. I've gone places and made friends just after playing 1 or 2 days at that place, and I still get people texting me saying, when are you going to come back and visit? So it's unique for sure in that area.
Yeah, it definitely seems like there is something about it. I do think that one day we'll know why this sport truly does bring people together, but there there is definitely something to it. But yeah, we can't thank you guys enough for everything that you've done for the pickleball community. Obviously, we're big fans of both you and Christy and Wolverine Pickleball. I know Webby just raves about the friendships he's developed through everybody at Wolverine Pickleball. I don't know, Webby, if you want to add to that.
Yeah, I can't say enough good things about the community you guys have built. It has changed my life for the better in numerous ways. Anybody watching the video version, you can see people just having the time of their lives behind Leslie right now. Also, I see something kind of shiny behind you on that table. What is that? I can't. What's that behind you, Leslie?
I think I know what that is. I remember that. Yes.
What you want to tell the people tuning in what that is, and then describe it in really good detail for the audio audience?
I believe that we played together against Christy and Eddie, and we beat them, and you won that belt and held on to it for a while.
That's right. It is the Eddie versus Webby championship belt. Unfortunately, I lost it on the next match after the mixed doubles match that you and I played. But as you can see, it is in my possession here in Michigan. I won it the last time that we played, and then I successfully defended it after that. So I am currently the reigning, defending, undisputed Eddie versus Webby champion.
Yes, I love it. That was so fun. And I have to say, one of my most favorite memories was back when we first met you guys. You did a singles match down in Detroit, and you asked me to referee it. And so I refereed your singles match, and then Christy and I and you and Eddie went out to eat at it was a bar that had like Ford's Garage, yes. And we just met you, and all four of us shared our vision of what we want pickleball, and none of us had done it yet.
Yep.
So it was kind of really cool that we could share our vision. We all reached it.
Yeah, I love it. I feel like that night really solidified our friendship, because like we all had the same kind of end goal, like different paths that we wanted to take to get there. But yeah, that was such a fun night. And this was way before a lot of people even knew what pickleball was.
Right.
So it's just, very special night. I love it. And that's another reason why I love the fact that this place exists. Your dream came true. And it's so incredible. I love it.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Well, thank you, Leslie, so much for joining us. Any words before you part with us here this evening?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we've enjoyed having you guys as close friends. Webby's done so much here. He made an incredible video of my birthday party that I just still will turn on and watch sometimes just to watch. And it was so beautifully done. And he does such a great job always. So we love having him here. We love it when you come up and visit. And we hope that we can redo our match, Christy and I against, Christy, Webby and I against you and Christy. We need to redo that.
Well, I should get back to playing then, because it's been a long time since I
I
played,
know.
unfortunately,
I know. I heard you're quite busy. So
Yeah, the last match, unfortunately, was not much of a competition, but it's all right. It was still fun. It was still fun.
Oh, man, he's getting cocky. Well, thank you so much, Leslie. Really appreciate it. Once again,
Thanks
guys,
for
go check
having
out
me.
Wolverine Pickleball. It's such an incredible facility, wolverinepickleball.com. And as Christy said, it's open to everyone, not just pickleballers, right?
correct. Yep.
Cool. Thank you so much, Leslie. Really appreciate you joining us.
Thank you. Thanks.
Man, another amazing person in the pickleball world. One of my best friends in the area for sure. I mean, it definitely goes beyond pickleball at this point. It's just, man, I love this. I love everything about it.
Yeah, this is great. I'm so happy we're doing this, Webby. And what's great is we've had a couple more people submit some congratulation videos over to us, which is awesome.
Nice.
And so this next one is actually from our buddy Igor from Dink Different Pickleball. Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play that now.
So what did we learn in these 100 episodes? These guys will laugh at anything. And getting to 4-0 is harder than you think. Congrats, you guys.
Oh, man. I thought these were going to be like nice videos for us. And I mean, I feel like they just keep crapping all over us, Webby.
I mean, none of them are wrong, though. I mean, they're very, very accurate. I mean, I've proven it's very hard to get to 4-0. I mean, I've been playing pickleball. I just recently reached my 8th anniversary, and I still feel like I'm not a legit 4-0 player. I can hang. Talked about earlier, I can hang with the 4-0 players, but I can't really do great against the 4-0, and I never make the medal stand.
Well, it's all about having fun, right?
That's right. That's right. But thank you, Igor. A big fan of your content. Your content has been featured on our Memes of the Week segment a lot in recent months, so thank you for sending the message.
Yes. We also got another one from Hall of Famer, Pickleball Hall of Famer, Steve Paranto. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to go ahead and play that now.
You know, we just played for 3.5 hours today. That was such a good play day. But now what do you want to do?
Go watch a pickleball podcast.
Hey, that's a good idea. Let's watch the OG of all pickleball podcasts.
Oh, you must be talking about Pickleball Pod with Zane Naruto.
Yeah. No, not that one. No. How about King of the Court with Tyler Loom? No, not that one.
Ooh, Sorry Not Sorry, where they make fun of all the pickleball players like Colin Johns.
No, not that one.
So Pickleball Life with Jill Braverman.
No, not that one.
Oh, I know. The very best pickleball podcast of them all. The Pickleball Fountain of Youth.
Well, the Pickleball Fountain of Youth is the very best podcast. But no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Dinking Around with Eddie and Webby is what I'm talking about.
Okay. Are they like really great players or?
No, not really, no. No, they must have tons of viewers. No, hardly anybody watches, Rick. What? So what's so special about Eddie and Webby then? They are the best pickleball podcast at reviewing Steve.
Yeah.
Cheers to Eddie and Webby. 100th episode, you guys.
God, that's so good.
Oh man, that was so good. Thank you, Steve. You can always rely on Steve to give us a very entertaining message.
I love it, guys. Yeah, thank you, Steve. Thank you, everybody else that was sitting there. Was that Riff sitting there too with him?
It was. Yeah, he's been on the podcast in the past, so that was very cool. Even though, again, we got ripped to shreds a little bit there, but nothing they said was inaccurate.
Definitely not inaccurate. But thank you again, Steve, for sending that over. But Webby, I think it's time.
Now it's time for Topics of the Week.
That's right. It's Topics of the Week, where each week Webby and I pick a pickleball topic and we talk about it. This week we might just do one, though. We'll have to see, because Webby, rumor has it, you have a very, very special guest there with you right now.
We do. This was a surprise. We did not announce that this person was going to be joining us, but we are very lucky to have her join us. This is one of the best players in the state of Michigan. She has made numerous pro medal stands in her day, and she also kicked my butt in a previous episode of Webby versus Everybody. We'll probably talk about that a little bit later, but please welcome to the show one of the all-time greats, Eva Welsher. Thank you very much for joining us, Eva.
Oh, it's an honor. Thank you for having me.
This is awesome. This is such a cool moment. The fact that we were able to be joined here by Leslie and Christy, and now Eva is here. How many can you even keep track of how many medals you've won over the years on the senior pro tour and even just the regular pro tour, or have you lost track by now?
No, you know what? A lot of the medals I didn't save, I have to say. I gave a lot of them to Africa, and there were a decent amount. I saved the ones like the U.S. Open that I won, but
Yeah.
And then obviously Beer City was a big one for me just because it's Michigan, and some that really hit home. But other than that, it was just the ride was fun.
Nice. I've always loved watching you play. Like, you're one of the most passionate players. I feel like you can hear you from across the the facility, no matter where you're playing. When the tournaments are going on, you can just, even if you didn't know you were there, you can hear you and be like, "Oh, yep, Eva's here. She's playing."
Yeah,
I love it.
It's funny because when I started, I was very loud, and I remember pickleball wasn't loud back then.
Yeah,
and it was like right when I started, like 2018 or something, and it was like people would look at me and say, like, calm down, and it's so funny because now everybody's overboard. Like everybody's, it's more of just a release of energy than it is like screaming just to scream. You know what I'm saying? It's a release. So now it's funny that it's very common, and it should be, so.
I love it. I've always liked when people get very enthusiastic when they play. I feel like the two names that come to mind, especially in the old days of pickleball, like when it was really first starting to take off, you, and then our very first ever guest on Dinking Around, Jay Hall, aka Gizmo. I feel like you two were always like the most energetic and passionate on the court, and it was infectious, and I always loved it.
Yeah, great. I'm glad you appreciated it.
I do. What about you, Eddie?
Oh yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's always good to have that passion out there on the court, which obviously that passion has led you to a lot of places, which my topic this week that I want to be able to talk about is actually the 2025 U.S. Open, the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships that starting this year, you were now the tournament chair? Is that right?
Yep. Honorary tournament chairperson. Yep.
So I got to tell you. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'm just very honored that I'm the first, tournament chairperson of the U.S. Open. That the title was not there before. And I was very honored because I live next door to the U.S. Open. And under the new ownership, they were implementing a lot of different things. And they, wanted to have that position because people know, everybody knows me there. And, I just have a lot of background in competition and tournaments, knowledge. And so they just wanted to utilize me, which I was very grateful for.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like with, Chris and Terry transitioning out of it over the last couple of years to such a natural fit. I know you're in the aisles right there next to East Naples Computer Card. Or sorry, I'm always going to call it East Naples. I don't know about you. It's kind of like when I lived in Michigan, when Pine Knob changed to DTE Energy, it was still always Pine Knob to me. I feel like Naples Pickleball Center will always be East Naples Community Park to me. But it seemed like such a natural transition. So for a lot of people that don't know, what does a tournament chair do for one of the biggest pickleball party in the world, the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships?
That's a good question. Well, first of all, when I first got the position, I submitted about 150 ideas. I went around and just really looked at all the details and just gave my impression. I mean, a lot of other people did that too, but for me, from a player standpoint, because I did retire in 2023 from competition, I was looking at it out of a player's eye and now a spectator's eye. So I had a lot of input. And then, the team under the the management of Mike D and Bob Bowman and Ben Weinberger, they had a team behind them and they put a lot of stuff into implementation. As it got closer to the tournament, I would help with the draws, and a lot of people contacted me regarding issues or, questions, and then I would, field them. So I was kind of like the consultant a little bit, and then the on-site person to kind of contact regarding just miscellaneous items, because the players all know me. And then the week of, I was there from 8 to 10 every day, just being present, doing the medals. Again, a lot of situations came up that we weren't prepared for. And then we had to, on the spot, remedy them, which was really good, because there were things that oopsie, we forgot that. And then all of a sudden a procedure went in place. And so, they would come to me, like the volunteers or somebody, and then I would have to get involved. So it was a lot of just wearing different hats. But I absolutely loved it.
That's so cool. I don't know about you, Webby, but every time the U.S. Open is going to come up, there's this nostalgic feeling to it that I'm always excited for. There's something unique about it. And I've been to nationals. I've been to Duper Collegiate Championships, APP, MLP, PPA events, a ton of other amateur events. There's something about the U.S. Open that makes it just have a completely different energy to it. Webby, do you feel the same way?
So I still have never been there in person. I'm kind of embarrassed to admit that fact. But when it comes to
get you there,
when it comes to tuning in to the live broadcast, though, I still do feel like that's one of the must-watch events. It's just there is something different about it. I get a very nostalgic feeling when I watch it. And this year, when Annalie Waters competed with Andre Agassi, that was so much fun. And so many people I know tuned into that and told me about it. Like people I work with that aren't normally pickleball fans.
Right.
They tuned into that because they saw it on the headlines. And my dad even told me, he was like, hey, can you remind me when that match starts? I really want to watch that. He has never told me that he wants to watch a pro pickleball match ever. And stuff like that is just, it's great. And they always do a great job with the broadcast there. And even though I still haven't been there in person, I feel like it'll always hold a special place in my heart, just because that was one of the, if not the biggest event every year when I first got into pickleball. And I really do have a really big appreciation for people that were involved in pickleball before COVID. I feel like after COVID, everybody kind of jumped aboard the bandwagon, which I'm fine with. I love the fact that there's more people playing it, but I feel like those of us that played before COVID and tried to get other people to play, and people just refused to play because they just thought, oh, that's for people in retirement homes and stuff like that. And it's just we knew there was something special about the sport, and there were a lot of us out there that really were trying to push this sport as much as we possibly could. And just, the U.S. Open, it's one of those things where it's always going to hold a special place in my heart.
Well, Chris and Terry, I mean, they were pioneers. I mean, they really set the path for, that was the largest pickleball tournament in the country, and they really had a vision. And so kudos to them, because they really created something special. When the Andre Agassi, like, people were waiting 4 hours in the sun to see him. Yeah. I mean, that tells you, remember, the demographics are obviously young people. They're juniors. I mean, the US Open had from ages 8 to 87 play.
Wow.
And we had the largest junior, capacity, the amount of participants ever this year. But a majority of them tend to be on the, up in years, and they really can appreciate Agassi and everything he did. He's 55, right? So they were waiting 4 hours. I mean, you should have seen the crowds. I mean, he was such a pull, and the fact that he is still loving tennis, but so supporting pickleball and loves it.
Yeah.
And he brought his whole family. It was such a big event that it was, I can't wait till next year. You know what I mean? And I'm sure there's going to be more surprises, but that was amazing, and Anna Lee was there, but the people were waiting 4 hours for Andre Agassi.
Yeah. Had I known that match was going to happen, I absolutely would have made sure I was there this year. Like, I was very bummed when I found out that was happening. I was like, oh my God, I blew it by not going. Cause I really I was really going to try to go there this year, and just things came up that made it to where it was like, it's going to be a little tough, but that was enough to be like, man, I would have made that happen if I knew it was happening. Like, it was must see TV. That was it was so cool.
Yeah. I mean, but going back to the fact of what's so special about the US Open is, I think the US Open is so special because it's truly about the people. I mean, the new ownership came in and they were all about, let's meet the needs of the masses. Let's meet the needs of every single person, amateur, that comes in here. I mean, the pros were very important and they were well taken care of, and we appreciate them and love them so much. But every person was important at the US Open. And so the fact that they took care of all the needs and started at the foundation and lifted up, everything from healthy food to, the bathrooms to, the parking, everything. I mean, there were so many, just the needs. And then you go to the wants, and it was, the joy and the laughter and just people so happy. That's pickleball.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like a big family coming together, and there were thousands and 3,500 players. I mean, and then spectators was like so many that it was unreal. I mean, I was so happy every time I set foot on that campus. It was unbelievable.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm so mad at myself for not experiencing that yet at this point. Like, it's just I'm embarrassed at myself. What have I done wrong, man? Eddie, why didn't you beat some sense into me?
Okay, Webby, do you know the last time you came down to Florida to visit me?
It's been a while.
Well, it's time. It's time for you to go.
It was right before COVID. It was when you and I did the broadcast at Simone's Florida Grand Slam tournament in like February/March of 2020. It was right after the very first PPA event when a lot of people got sick. And I remember they were sick at that event, and we ended up figuring out that it was probably COVID before we even knew that it was a thing.
Yeah, I was sick at that event. I was like the most sick I have been in a very long time. And it probably was the first strain of COVID. I'm not going to lie. It probably was, but we didn't know at the time.
Yeah.
But that's how long it's been. So yeah, you need to come down. I mean, I'm only 15 minutes from Naples Pickleball Center. Come on down.
Let me know when you're coming down.
Yeah.
Next year's U.S. Open. Let's. I'm going to try to commit right now. Everybody, hold me to it. Next year's U.S. Open.
I'm gonna hold you to it. You got to come down. I mean, it's oh my God, it's so much fun.
Did Andre say if he's going to be there again next year?
Oh, I'm sure he's going to be there next year. Yeah.
That'll help. That'll help.
Yeah.
Was there any point after accepting this new role that you were like, oh my God, what did I get myself into at all?
I not really, because, I retired from competing and I've been teaching, and I've really my passion now is kind of just to build pickleball and to be part of something. So when I had a chance to help with the US Open, that's a door I never thought would be available or open to me. But because I believe in the ownership I believe in Mike D, Bob Bowman, Ben Weinberger. I believed in their vision and the fact that they really care about the people. I was on board. It's just, I know it's a business, but they are really caring about making the US Open the most amazing, biggest event, in the country for pickleball. And they come from huge marketing backgrounds. They know business well, and their vision and ideas to come are immense. And just what they did in 1 year was crazy. And so that was really, really exciting. So you know what? I'm along for the ride because I believe in the management and they have big hearts, and that's what I was looking for.
It definitely seems like that. And obviously, anytime you have a change of people who are kind of leading the show, and I know that Chris and Terry, they kind of transitioned over the last couple of years. You expect there to be a change in the feel or the dynamic or whatever name you want to put to it. But I felt like this year, although there were some improvements, there were some differences, it still captured the essence of all of the U.S. Opens that I remember in the past. What do you think that accounts to? Was that something that was just because there's still so many volunteers who come back year after year? There's still so many people that work for Naples Pickleball Center that had the influence on the event?
Well, I don't think that the new owners wanted to change what the U.S. Open is or the feeling. They just wanted to provide more. And again, Chris and Terry did an amazing job. But, just from, championship court, getting all the electronics and making, VIP boxes and, the food, just making different choices. I mean, Karen D, Mike's wife, just worked so many hours working on the menus, making sure that the people had everything. I mean, positioning of bathrooms. And, the biggest thing is that Pickleball Den, which is the new software we used, was really huge because we were able to get another 400 participants there and move people on and off the court so quickly. I mean, we were moving people on and off the court so quickly that some of them were like, whoa, wait a second, because we didn't have to wait for people to take their, card and walk all the way to the tournament desk and hand it in and then talk to 4 people along the way. They were like, things were moving. And Pickleball Den even has improved since the US Open. So that software is, everybody should be using that software the way that it managed everybody getting on and off the court so quickly. So, kudos to, Bob Bowman and Ben and Mike for using that and creating it. So I think without that, it could have still, then you have people complaining about, I'm waiting 2 hours and this and that. I mean, there was no waiting. Crazy. It was crazy. So,
yeah, obviously, when you have like one of the largest amateur and pro events out there, right? Getting people onto the courts and stuff, it can become a headache. We actually used Pickleball Den at a skinny singles and singles tournament that I did at East Naples or Naples Pickleball Center when it was East Naples 4 years ago. And that was one of the first events that Pickleball Den had done. And they were there asking people, got a chance to sit down and actually do an interview with them. And I was really impressed with it. But it does seem like it kind of, it helps bridge that gap between everybody has to go to one area and get the sheet and go to your court.
Exactly.
I'm assuming logistically it made things much nicer. It required a lot less people and it turned over courts. So that way you don't have that situation where people are waiting for hours to
well, again, just like society, paper's kind of like the old thing, right? So everything was done on the phone, right? So as soon as they were done, they would input it on the phone and then, things got moving, right? But even ever since the US Open, though, just the way people were using it, there's been a lot of improvements again to Pickleball Den because we learned things, right? And recently they put out, all the changes they did. So it's only going to get better, but but because of it, more people were able to get in, more people were able to play, experience the US Open. And so that was a huge asset, having that software.
Yeah, definitely. I could see that. I also want to say too, it was cool to hear you in the booth with our friend Rusty. How did you enjoy commentating?
You know, I am such analytical. I was always like a student of the game. You know, I study video, I watch, I teach. I'm still trying to like incorporate new shots in my game. And I'm like, Eva, you're not competing anymore. Why are you doing it? And I'm like, because I love it. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know, I live next door. I know everybody, and I loved commentating. I really did. And he just let me go and be silly and, you know, kind of bring my personality out. And so that was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, it really did seem like you guys were having a good time. And we love Rusty. We've been fans of his for a very long time. Good friend of ours. Just a good guy. Gotta give a big shout out to him. I mean, you know,
absolutely.
Him and the US Open, you know, go hand in hand, which is great. So
it was amazing.
That's so cool. Outside of the US Open though, you said you're no longer competing. What else has been new with you? What else is going on?
Well, I did. So the people who own the US Open is Ben Wine, is Mike D and Bob Bowman. And they also are the management crew that manage the USOP Pickleball Center, which is the new name of it, but at the East Naples Park. So it's the USOP Pickleball Center at East Naples Park. So I was involved in interviewing the new executive director of pickleball there, who is Justin Romero, who is doing a phenomenal job. He came from Ocean Reef. And so I was involved in that. And then I taught there and just trying to be an asset, you know, with ideas and thoughts. And again, kind of helping with, you know, consulting a little bit, but I was teaching over there and just trying to build that up for them. Again, I am just huge supporters of the owners, and I will follow them because they're, you know, their heart and their vision is in the right place. So that's what I'm doing. And then I'm doing a lot of excursions. So I just got back from Santa Fe, where I fell and split my chin open while I was teaching.
Oh no.
Yeah, 60 and a klutz. So whatever. But anyways, so I'm doing a lot of like, you know, small clinics and then, you know, just loving life. You know, I'm doing some money balls, doing one like this weekend someplace that's around here, and playing with my son, who is like just shy of a 6'0". So I'm doing some stuff in Chicago, but you know, still competing, but just not seriously, which I like.
Yeah, that's very cool. You get to play with. I saw you two at Bash Pickleball Club earlier or last year. That was cool. And as a lot of people that tune into our channel know, that I play with my daughter a lot.
Yes,
so
I love
it's
that.
such a fun thing. Like, it's so cool. It's such like it's just, that's one of my favorite things in competitive pickleball, is getting a chance to play with my daughter. I mean, it's just, what other sport can you do something like that in?
Yeah,
at
and
such
I
a high
remember
level
when she
too.
was little.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, you guys are like, I mean, she's tall and she's all grown up. I mean, it's like crazy. You know?
And she's a lot better, like when in regards to like aggressive, like her forehand, like she has shots that are a lot better than mine. I'm like, man, like I gotta learn from her.
Yeah. But pickleball has been a huge gift to my son, my husband, who is 68. I mean, he took it up, God love him. And I mean, I play with him. I mean, it's like, and he works so hard and he's gotten so good. And it's to have that as my, you know, he's my husband, my partner for, you know, 33 years. And to be able to like be an empty nester and come full circle and be able to enjoy the sport together and meet new people and socialize. I mean, when I started it, I mean, I never thought I would be here, let alone interview with you guys. I mean, pickleball, like my husband was like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing for 3 hours? And I'm like, they play forever. They're eating blueberries between games. Like, what is this sport? I only know tennis. And it's like, and now, I mean, thankfully I'm not crazy. And he realizes that it's he's the one that's leaving the house at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm still sleeping. Whereas before he'd be like, where are you going? So it just tells you like what joy and hope and just, friendship and socialization and health. And it just provides so much. And I'm so happy that I'm on this side of it and not on the competition side, so that I can hopefully help bring this to the masses in whatever capacity I can.
That's awesome. And last year, I made the decision to not do as many tournaments as I used to do. And I do focus more on doing rec play and kind of getting people that are newer into the game and stuff like that. And
Isn't it satisfying?
It's such a rewarding feeling. Like, that has been so cool. And like when you see it click for somebody, like when they like get
the light bulb.
Yeah, when the light bulb goes off on like strategy and stuff, like it's such a cool feeling, especially when you played a part in helping them reach that realization and stuff. Like, man, it is just so cool.
I live at Isles of Collier Preserve. Shout out to all my friends and residents there. They were huge supporters of the U.S. Open. They were volunteering, they were doing everything because we're right next door. But I was teaching there before I went over to USOP, and I'd be teaching somebody, and just to see them like, they could be a 2.5 or 3. I don't care what level they were. To see them excited, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And that's why I teach. When I stop having fun and feeling like I can't give anymore or help somebody find that light bulb moment, then I'll stop.
Right.
But right now I come home and my husband will say, well, how did teaching go? And I said, oh my God, I think I really helped people today. And if I can't come home and say that, then I'll be done. You know what I'm saying? But to have them have hope and have maybe like, maybe they get to go play with different people because of, how I helped. Oh my God. Priceless.
So cool.
Priceless.
Yeah. And I feel like if you keep that up, I don't think you'll ever be done. I feel like, because you're such a good player and you know the game so well, there's no reason that you'll ever have to be done.
Yeah, no, exactly. But it's been very rewarding, pickleball.
Yeah. I love it. There's just so many aspects to this game that is so amazing. Eddie and I recognized that. Eddie over 9 years ago. Myself, I just had my 8th pickleball anniversary a couple weeks ago.
Ooh,
so
you've been playing a lot longer than me. My God. Wow. That's great.
When did you first get into it?
Like 6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And I've been out of it for about a year and a half. So my goal was 5 years. I wanted to be the best I possibly could. And that got me to #1 in the world. And then once I got there, I was like, okay, I think I'm done. And that was it. And I literally just left. And I have no regrets whatsoever.
That's awesome.
So, but again, it's not leaving my life. In fact, it's probably taking over my life more, but just in a non-selfish, way, because it's not about me and getting better. It's about helping others and, being with people. And that's, God, if you don't have that, like you're just, the blinders are on.
Yeah.
Eddie,
I love how casually she was like, yeah, I reached #1 in the world. And I was like, okay, I think that's enough.
Sorry.
No big deal. #1 in the world.
I didn't mean it like that. I was just like, I had a goal and, I made it. So it's like, okay, time to find something else. I don't know,
I like it though. I love it. It's so cool.
Yeah, I love it too. So tell me how, let's say I wanted to go on one of these excursions you're talking about. Do people sign up for it? How does that all happen?
You know what? I'm just like an independent contractor. And so I just went to Las Campanas and just had a great clinic there with Jaime Ochins. And then Pickled Abroad, owned by Susan Brewer, did another 7-day one. And then I got asked to go to Anguilla. Is that it? Yeah, Anguilla in December. And so it's like people like, then some of my friends said, okay, come to Minnesota and visit and we'll get a clinic going. And then they get like a 3-day clinic going. So it's like, I'm just kind of like, hey, I'm open. I'm available. So, but I'm not like, I don't want to be taken. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the big thing, is that my husband is retired. I want to just be free to like go where it makes sense and help make sense and just bring laughter and love and silliness and help them get better. That's what I want to do. And nothing that's a job, but more of an experience.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds pretty great to me. So I'm assuming then if somebody wants to be part of some of these events that you're talking about, is there a way for them to get a hold of you, or what do they do?
Messenger me.
Okay.
Messenger me. I'm on Facebook. You can find me.
That's how I booked her to be on the show tonight. I just reached out to Facebook and she was like, yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah.
Which I love. I love that fact.
Yeah, no, it was just like, I'm Eva Marie at Eva Marie on Facebook. And yeah. So if you want to have me come out, I'm available.
Love it. We'll throw a link down below in the description, everybody, so that way if you want to reach out. We can't thank you enough for being here. It's an honor to have you on the podcast. You've been so...
Well, let me just say something. You guys are amazing. You love Michigan. You support pickleball, and you are probably one of the first podcasts out there. And you guys just are a blessing to pickleball. And thank you for your podcast and inviting me, because it truly was an honor.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Like that, it really means a lot to us. The very, very special moment for us for you to be here, and I can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, come on, man. I mean, we've had 3 incredible guests this evening. This is like, what else can we ask for our 100th episode of Dinking Around?
I really can't ask for much more. I mean, another pinch me moment tonight. This was so fun. And something else that would be fun would be to give away a pickleball paddle.
Oh, really?
And yes, really. So, yeah, somebody might be winning one very soon. We'll see if anybody was paying attention earlier in the episode. But we have, so we're rewarding for somebody for tuning in to win one. So we just gave the opportunity there. We'll see if somebody jumps on it soon. And somebody did already win it. Oh, and it's not a surprise. Chad Lacates was the first one. Congratulations, Chad. This is not the first time Chad has won something on a show in the past. He has won before. He's quick. You got to be quicker if you want to beat Chad Lacates. He's a very quick fella there. But congratulations, Chad. We will get in touch with you. You get to choose any Volair pickleball paddle that you want. It just a licensed pickleball paddle. That's the only stipulation, but any other paddle is yours. We will get in touch with you later. Congratulations.
I don't know if Chad should win. Webby, I don't know if Chad...
You think he should be disqualified because he's won so much from us in the past?
Well, no, because he also beat me at the Beer City Open 2 years ago singles, and I still will not let that one go.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, Chad. You are not eligible. No, totally kidding. Totally kidding. You won fair and square. You were the first person. I feel like he had it like copy and pasted. He was ready. He knew as soon as he saw Catherine pop up, he just paste it, and that's what I would have done if I was paying attention. So congratulations, Chad. Long time. Appreciate you and everybody else who's tuning in. But we also have 2 more paddles to give away, but these are going to be for anybody. You don't have to be tuning in live. Chad got the one. He was the one that was rewarded for tuning in live. But if you want a chance to win one of the other 2 paddles that we are giving away, all you have to do is a post on either Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, aka X. I will always call it Twitter, though. But all you got to do is a post on any of those social media platforms and say, I dink around with hashtag Eddie and Webby. And then just make sure you tag us and also tag Volair Pickleball, because they are the ones generous enough to be giving away paddles. And just do that. And then if you... Sorry, I'm the second 43 is gone, so I'm a little little feeling very nicely.
Tipsy Webby.
But if you post that on all 3 platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, aka X, you will get 3 chances. You will be put into a drawing, and we will do the drawing winner next episode. episode 101 of Dinking Around with Eddie and Webby. We will do a drawing, and anybody who does the social media post that says I Dink Around with hashtag Eddie and Webby, and then tag Eddie and Webby and Volair Pickleball, you will be in the running. You could get up to 3 entries into the drawing, so do that. You have at least a week, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know when the next episode is going to be, but on the next episode is when we will do the drawing during the show. So good luck to everybody who is tuning in. But yeah, what do we got next,
Can I give a quick
Eddie?
shout out? We got, there's a couple of people that did submit entries that I do want to just real quick give them love. Sean P777, thank you so much for entering the contest. Jack Fitzgerald, thank you so much for entering. We appreciate it. Nathan Turner, really appreciate it. And Lala, I butcher your last name, Mako, I hope that's right. Thank you for tuning in. We've always appreciated your support with everything we do. So thank you guys so much for that. And yeah, Chad fully admitted that it was typed in and he was ready to hit enter. So good strategy, Chad.
Yep, very smart. Can't fault you for that. Congratulations, Chad. And again, we really do appreciate the loyalty because you have been with us pretty much at the beginning. Because I remember he always would leave comments, and this is not the first thing that he has won.
Sure isn't, Chad. Thank you guys so much for that. Webby, we've had a couple other congratulation videos come in.
Oh, nice. Yeah, let's keep them going.
This is from our friend Chris Cali over at Sorry Not Sorry Pickleball.
Eddie and Webby, what's up? Chris Cali from Sorry Not Sorry here. Just want to say super pumped. Congrats. 100 episodes. That is crazy. I'm honestly, as a fellow podcaster, I'm very impressed. I mean, when you think about it, that is a huge accomplishment. You guys are the only pickleball podcast that is able to say that you have more episodes than viewers. That is like so impressive. I don't know how you guys pulled that off. Wanted to make sure I got the shades on, represent just like you guys always do. I remember the first time I tuned into an episode of Eddie and Webby, I saw you guys wearing the shades, and I didn't even know what was going on there. I thought maybe you guys were like the police or something. But now that I know you guys are not cops, because cops are the 5-0. And I don't think you guys are 5-0. You guys were the OGs of pickleball podcasting. And at this point, you look around and there's just so many pickleball podcasts. And I feel like they really kind of took what you guys did and just kind of made their own version of that. I feel like, Eddie, you probably are used to that by now. People just taking what you've done and just making kind of a different version of it. You guys were an inspiration to me too, because I would watch your show, and before every show you guys start by mentioning what beer you're drinking. And I thought at the time that you guys were sponsored by all those beer companies. Turns out you're not. You're just mild alcoholics, and Webby is more White Castle-aholic. So you guys just seem to have these terrible addictions. And it seems like you're actually just using the podcast to get away from your family, which we can all respect. I mean, that's why we all play pickleball most of the time. Anyways, once again, congrats, you guys. 100 episodes is a really big accomplishment. You guys have been consistent, and you really have paved the path for a lot of us. So appreciate you guys being around, and I'm sure we'll be doing this again in another 100 episodes. So see you then.
So good. That was so good.
Webby, do you know what he was referencing when he talked about, especially for me, getting something stolen and just done not as well?
I do, but do you care to enlighten people that might not know what he's talking about?
That is the little business that Kyle Salenko and I started called Close Call Replay. I'm sure you remember how amazing the replay challenges were for the second half of 2024 in PPA and Major League Pickleball. That was because of Close Call Replay. They decided not to renew our contract, said they have their own system. And Webby, earlier I wanted to do my memes of the week, and I actually kind of created my own little meme. Do you think we have enough time for me to play that real quick?
I say we do it. This is milestone episode 100. We do what we want.
We do what we want. It has to do with our buddy Chris Cali. Well, basically, I stole his content. I made my own meme of it. I'm just going to go ahead and play it because I'm pretty sure it speaks for itself here.
Coming in at the number one hook of the week. Oh gosh, it's the Flames again. But this time they get hooked. So they call that long. Flames are like, I'm not sure. Catherine Paranto feeling so confident. She's like, no way. Look at that ball. Spencer Smith is like, wow. Catherine Paranto is in absolute disbelief. She's like, oh, no way. She's shocked. She's like, what? That was that far in? Wow. I can't believe it. Okay, sorry. Yeah, that's a bad call by me. But here's the thing. The mat drops did not hook anybody. Watch this shot. That's like right by the D in DoorDash, the second D. Wait a minute. That's not even the same ball. Did the replay team mess up which shot it was? Let's slow it down frame by frame. Let's see. Where does this ball even land? I mean, look, I'm not even saying that it was out, but that definitely was not the right replay. In fact, I think it was this serve right here. That looks more like it. So the number one hook of the week goes to the BPA replay system operator.
1 week later.
Coming in at number one, Connor Garnett and Tyler Leung against Christian Auchon and Eric Onsens. Eric Onsens calls it out. He's feeling confident, as he should be, because check this out. Oh, what do you know? Another missed frame here. But let's judge it. That looks like it's out. If you try to see where it's gonna land, I'm calling this one out if that's me. So let's see.
The out call is overturned.
What? That's crazy.
Texas loses the free challenge.
So the number one hook of the week goes to the missed frame. Back-to-back weeks of the challenge system getting the number one hook of the week.
Oh my God, that is so bad. That is so bad. How can an organization get away with this?
I don't know. I don't know how we can have a pro sport. We want to get gambling involved at some point. That, I don't know. Listen, there might be a lot of reasons why they didn't want to renew the contract with Close Call Replay. Fine. Get another system, okay? It doesn't have to be us. If you don't want it to be us for whatever reason, fine. I'd like to know why, but fine. Get a better system, though.
But seriously, any other professional sport, a call can only get overturned if there is inconclusive evidence. There were missing frames. We did not see the ball land. You cannot overturn a call like that. Yeah. What the hell is happening?
I don't know. And then back to back too. That's the crazy part of it. It blows my mind. I don't get.
And then using a totally different play for the replay, that is just unheard of. Can you imagine if gambling was going on and that happened? The PPA would get shut down immediately. Like that would be it. Game over.
All right, Webby, I'll tell you what. Okay, we had, I don't even know how many challenges over the course of Close Call Replay working with PPA and MLP. We never missed a challenge. Never, not once did we ever miss one. And we certainly didn't play or show the referee the wrong shot. That is
Jesus.
It's so bad.
So bad.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm at a loss for words at how bad that actually was.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But anyway, that was my meme. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Webby, I'm assuming that you do not have a topic of your own you want to be able to talk about this week?
Not really. I just wanted to bring up the fact, really, I wanted to kind of quiz you. Do you know, maybe you already looked this up, but do you know when the first episode of Dinking Around originally aired?
Oh, man. So I'm assuming it was probably about a year after we started. So if I had to guess, I was going to say sometime in the spring of 2019.
Yeah, you are correct. It was March 17th, 2019, just a little over 6 years ago. And so it took a little over 6 years for us to get to 100 episodes. I feel like other podcasts probably didn't take quite that long, but we got there. We got there. But
sure did.
any of our newer fans might not realize, Dinking Around started out as a post-podcast show. So we would do our original podcast, which was just called The Eddie and Webby Show, which wasn't supposed to be a pickleball podcast to begin with. We always talked about pickleball. We just reserved like a little bit of time at the end of each episode to talk about pickleball. But then as we got more and more addicted, it took over more and more of our podcast. Eventually, The Eddie and Webby Show became strictly a pickleball podcast. But we put a lot of work into that show, almost too much work, and we started to kind of get burned out on it. So we decided to end that show. But we loved Dinking Around, which was our post-podcast show where it was just us talking about whatever we wanted to talk about. We would just think of topics that were going on in the world of pickleball, and it kind of evolved over the years to what we have right now. And I absolutely love the show. I still didn't think we were going to reach 100 episodes. Like it was a fun thing to do, but I didn't think we would stick with it long enough to reach 100 episodes. And if you combine Dinking Around with our original podcast, we have actually done 291 original episodes of podcasts. We've also had some best of podcasts. So we've had over 200 episodes if you include those. So we've been doing this for a long time. People thought we wouldn't last this long, but here we are.
Numbers and money, that whatever. They're secondary, right? It's all about the love and passion for the game. Yes, super excited, man. I can't wait to keep this going. This has been definitely a wild ride, which has led to a lot of people submitting videos. We actually just got another one in. You might know him. His parents gave him a name that obviously was going to lead him to being in pickleball, right? Because his name is Pickleball Will.
Yo, Eddie, Webby, what's up, guys? Hey, congratulations on 100 episodes. That's crazy. Yo, you guys are like the OG podcasters. And dang, how long did it take you? I honestly, I didn't even know you guys were still on the air making podcasts. So, yo, congrats. 6, 7 years? How long did it take me and Chris for 100 episodes? Like 1.5, 2? I don't even know. I don't even make podcasts anymore. But hey, man, just want to give you a shout out. Congratulations. I'll catch you guys soon. All right. Hit me back up when you get to the 500 episode milestone. All right. Peace.
Oh, man. All these backhanded compliments, Webby.
Oh, man. Well, thank you, Will. But you know what? I feel like it'd be easy to get to 100 episodes a lot quicker if we like gave up our full-time jobs and just focused on pickleball type stuff. But no, that was very nice of you to send that message. Thank you very much. And yeah, I mean, a lot of people might not realize this. This is just a hobby that we do. This is something we do on the side on top of our everyday real lives. And we just do it for the love of the game.
That we do. Webby, I'm going to be putting you here on the spot in a second. Are you ready?
Uh-oh. I hate being put on the spot, but sure, whatever.
Well, you're going to be put on the spot when I ask to hear your
closing thoughts.
Oh, man, that is a lot to ask of somebody who drank a couple really strong beers and we're live, but let's see how it goes. So what did we learn today? Well, we learned that even though it took over 6 years, we finally made it to episode number 100 of Dinking Around. Oh, yeah. We also learned how this amazing facility, Wolverine Pickleball, got started. We learned how many M43s it takes for me to get buzzed when I pour them from the tap wall behind me here, and the answer is 1.5, and I drank 2 of them. We also learned that Eva Welsher is awesome. She was a surprise guest. She has amazing credentials in the world of pickleball, and it took her not very long to become the #1 player in her division, and I am still struggling to reach 4.0 after 8 years. But, man, this has been such a fun night. Episode 100. I really did not think we were ever going to reach this milestone of Dinking Around, but I'm glad that we did, and I am looking forward to the next 100.
I am as well. That was well done, Webby. I think that was great. Now that you've had a couple beers, I just got to ask you, how do you like to stay hydrated?
Well, I had a feeling you were going to ask that, and I came prepared because right here I will be guzzling this before I leave today, and this is Electrolyte Supreme, the fruit punch flavor from our good friends over at Jigsaw Health. I always like to drink a bottle of this when I first start playing pickleball, and then I will drink another one when I'm done playing pickleball, and it has been perfect for helping me stay hydrated.
Yes, guys, Jigsaw Health has a lot of great products. They're a great company. They love pickleball, so much so that they opened an indoor pickleball facility, the Orchard at Jigsaw Health. Fantastic organization. They have a lot of great things that I take on a day-to-day basis to keep me hydrated and keep me feeling good, because at Jigsaw Health, it's fun to feel good. If you go to jigsawhealth.com, you can use coupon code PB4Life10 to get what, Webby?
You're going to get yourself 10% off your order, and it's also going to show us some support in the process. And everybody who's tuning in, we appreciate your support over the years, and we appreciate any support you give us beyond that.
Yes, jigsawhealth.com, PB4Life10. Really appreciate it. Webby, this is kind of crazy. So as I was talking about Jigsaw Health, our good buddy, the Orchard security guy, actually submitted a little segment over to us. That,
nice.
Well, I think we should just go ahead and play it.
Well, boys, 100 episodes. It's a big deal. Yeah, it's a big deal. Good for you. Good for you guys. Good for you. I remember my 100th. Cramper. Cheryl and Judy, court 27, semifinal match. Came through the earpiece. Cheryl went down, right calf cramp. Of course, I hustled over there as fast as I could. Pickleball cocktail, orange, 2 of them. Got her right back into playing condition. Judy, on the other hand, a little more difficult. Bad back. You know, I took the mag relief and rubbed it on her back for about 10-12 minutes, and we stayed under the 15-minute medical timeout. Got him back out there. They went on to win 2.0 Open Pro. So I mean, just something you never forget. The other 100th was, oh boy, 100th challenge. God, the manager was so upset. He threw the chicken so hard. Sorry. Ricocheted off the floor right into the net. Head went right through the strings of the net, lacerated the neck right there. Got there in time, saved it, but no more clucker. So 2 had to be retired. We got 3. Loud as can be. So yeah, those 100s, guys, there's something to always remember. So I wanted to do something for you guys, you know, just a little ASMR for your fans. Ebby, Weddy, gosh, may your dinks stay low and your drives precise, and all of your serves stay in. That'd be nice. Drop, drive, block, and smash. And make sure you stay out of the kitchen, dumbass. Congrats to the Hundy for dinking around. Your games on the mic are truly profound. May both of you stay as funny as can be, but you're never going to be quite as funny as your boy, OSG.
That's awesome. I love OSG.
Yeah, he's such a good guy. Great character. Webby, I gotta say, when he sent that over, to see him at the Orchard with the lights going and the Tuesday night pickleball music that plays when they're bringing out all the professional players and the cold sparks are going, man, it really made me miss Tuesday Night Pickleball. Not only just being a part of it and helping to produce it, but also to watch it. Like, it was so great. And that reminded me of how amazing it was.
Yeah, it was so good. I definitely miss it, and I miss tuning in and joining some of the Discord groups and doing the live chats with the Discord groups. There's so many good pickleball groups out there. You guys know who you are, who are part of it. I miss joining you after having a few adult cocktails and as opposed to minor cocktails. Adult beverages is what I meant to say. Whatever. But yeah, that was cool. Thank you very much, Orchard Security Guy. That's another thing I miss. I miss seeing all the Jigsaw Health commercials. That was always something that was just so fun during the live streams of pickleball tournaments. You could always count on them to give us really good, entertaining commercials.
Yeah, so did Sean P777. He says, I miss the corny Jigsaw ads on the PPA webcasts. I agree. I miss those commercials. I don't know if you noticed, but the Pickler started to put out their own commercials. I'm not saying they stole the whole concept from Jigsaw, but they pretty much stole the whole concept from Jigsaw when it comes to commercial making. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, they definitely, you can see there was some motivation there. Absolutely.
Yeah. I love the Pickler. I'm not saying anything bad about them. It's just, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, yeah, these are Jigsaw ads. Interesting.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah. Webby, what a night, man. Did we get to everything? I feel like we had so much to cover. I've been trying to keep us on track, but it's been so fun and I've been so engaged. Like,
oh man, yeah, this was such a fun night, and I had a feeling we were going to run a bit long. Normally our episodes are like 30 to 50 minutes long, and we're going on almost 2 hours. I didn't look at my watch. I was looking at my Wolverine drink wristband, but just looking at that, I knew it's probably been about 2 hours.
That's crazy. I mean, we haven't had a live stream this long in a very long time. We did have a couple long ones back in the day. The one with Irina Terashenko, I think went 3 hours. Rob Cassidy definitely went over 2 hours. So, the one we did at Paran in 2019 for the Beer City Open, that went 5. I don't even know how many hours. Like, they were kicking us out of the restaurant to pack up our gear. That's how long it went.
Yeah, we literally got out of Perrin Brewing Company. We closed the place out. We had to wrap up and pack up all of our gear, and it was us and a bunch of drunk pro pickleball players. And it was so much fun. If you guys haven't heard that episode, you got to go back to the old Webby podcast and look up when we were at the 2019 Beer City Open. It was such a wild time. Man, it was crazy.
It was nuts. Webby, I got to tell you, man, this has been incredible. I want to thank everybody out there for tuning in. If you are not a subscriber to our YouTube channel, we highly recommend that you do it. Leave a comment down below. What was your favorite segment? Who was your favorite guest we had on tonight? Any thoughts about it? We've been having some great interaction online, and I want to be able to keep that going. Right, Webby?
Absolutely. And did you guys like this live format? Because we're thinking about possibly doing more on-location episodes in the future. If you guys liked it. If you didn't like it, then we'll never do it again. But if you liked it, we will gladly do it maybe 2 or 3 times a year. You never know. We could show up at a facility near you. You never know.
You never know. But you know what you do know? We're going to be back with more content. And despite what all of the people that submitted videos to us say, we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep going to 200, 300, 400 episodes. I don't know. But it's going to be great. And on that note, I'm Eddie.
And until next time, this is Webby, not Eddie, signing off.
See ya.